What if I told you the WNBA's feel-good story of the year is actually hiding a dark secret? Caitlin Clark's meteoric rise has everyone talking, but behind the scenes, there's a storm brewing. And it involves one of the league's biggest stars. Jonquel Jones just blew the lid off this whole situation. She's pointing fingers at Alyssa, accusing her of straight-up bullying Clark. But that's just the tip of the iceberg. Want to know what else Jones revealed? Trust me, it's about to get wild. You know what's crazy? Alyssa just dropped a bombshell about Caitlin Clark's fans. It's like she opened Pandora's box, and now everyone's talking. Picture this. Thomas is fuming after a tough loss and she starts pointing fingers. But she's not just mad about losing. She's saying Clark's fans are crossing a line. Is it true, though? That's what everyone's been asking. Let's break down what Thomas actually said. It's wilder than you think. She's not just complaining about normal trash talk or booing. No, Thomas is saying Clark's fans are going way too far. She's talking about personal attacks, nasty comments, and behavior that's making her uncomfortable on the court. Can you imagine playing a game with that kind of pressure? But here's where it gets messy. Thomas isn't just talking about normal fan stuff. She's throwing out some serious accusations. We're talking racism, folks. Yeah, you heard that right. Thomas is saying some of Clark's fans are yelling racist things at her during games. That's a huge claim, and it's got everyone in the league talking. Now, you're probably wondering, is this for real? Well, that's where Jonquel Jones comes in. And what she's saying? It's gonna blow your mind. Jones isn't just disagreeing with Thomas. She's calling her out big time. Jones is saying Thomas is the one who's been causing problems, not Clark's fans. You won't believe what Jones revealed about Thomas. She's saying Thomas has been trash-talking Clark non-stop, both on and off the court. We're talking personal insults, intimidation tactics, the works. Jones even said Thomas has been trying to get other players to gang up on Clark. That's some serious Mean Girls stuff, but in the WNBA. But hold up, because this story's about to take a wild turn. Jones isn't just defending Clark. She's exposing a whole other side of Thomas that no one knew about. She's talking about Thomas's behavior in the locker room, during practice, even at league events. It's like Jones is pulling back the curtain on what's really going on behind the scenes. And you know what's crazier? Jones is risking her own reputation to speak up. That's how serious this is. She's not just throwing out random accusations, she's got details, she's naming names, and she's not backing down. It's like she's on a mission to set the record straight, no matter what it costs her. Hold up, because this story's about to take another wild turn. Remember how Thomas accused Clark's fans? Well, Jonquel Jones just stepped into the ring, and she's not pulling any punches. What she's about to reveal will make your jaw drop. Jones isn't just some random player running her mouth. She's a WNBA champ and Finals MVP. When she talks, everyone in the league sits up and listens. And boy, did she have something to say about Thomas's claims. It's like she couldn't keep quiet anymore. You know what's crazy? Jones went on this podcast called The Pivot and just spilled all the tea. She's saying that all this drama about Clark's fans, it's not even real. Jones is telling us that the whole story we've been hearing is totally wrong. Can you believe it? She's not just defending Clark. Jones is calling out the entire situation. She's saying that the problem isn't with Clark's fans at all. It's with people who wanted Clark to be something she's not. Imagine that. All this time, we thought it was about rowdy fans, but Jones is saying it's about expectations and stereotypes. But here's where it gets really wild. Jones isn't just talking about the fans. She's revealing stuff about Thomas that'll make your head spin. Remember how Thomas was saying Clark's fans were causing all these problems? Well, Jones is flipping the script. She's saying Thomas is the one who's been trash-talking Clark nonstop. You won't believe what Jones is risking to speak up like this. She's putting her whole career on the line. That's how serious this is. Jones isn't just throwing out random accusations. She's got details. She's not backing down. And she's demanding that the WNBA do something about it. But wait, there's more to this story that'll blow your mind. Jones isn't just talking about what happens on the court. She's exposing stuff that goes down in the locker room during practice. Even at league events, it's like she's lifting the curtain on what really happens behind the scenes in the WNBA. And you know what's even crazier? This isn't just about Clark and Thomas anymore. Jones is shining a light on bigger issues in the league. She's talking about player safety, how the media twists stories, and how the WNBA handles conflicts between players. It's like she's on a mission to change the whole game. Remember all that noise about Clark's rowdy fan base? Well, Jones just dropped a bombshell that's gonna make you question everything. She's saying we've all been looking at this whole situation wrong. But here's the kicker. Why would Jones risk her entire career to speak up for Clark's fans? The answer might surprise you. Let's talk about these so-called problematic Caitlin Clark fans. Everyone's been pointing fingers, but Jones is flipping the script. She's saying we've been looking in the wrong direction this whole time. Can you believe it? Jones is breaking down who these fans really are. And trust me, it's not what you'd expect. You know what's crazy? Since Clark joined the WNBA, attendance has shot up by 48%. That's insane. People are flooding into arenas to watch her play, but some folks are trying to paint these fans as troublemakers. Jones isn't having it. She's dropping some serious knowledge about where the real drama is coming from. Here's the thing, Jones has been in the league for 11 years. You know what she said? She's never ever heard racial comments from Indiana Fever fans. Not once. That's huge. It's like she's calling out everyone who's been pushing this narrative about Clark's fans being a problem. But Jones isn't just defending Clark's supporters. She's exposing a bigger issue in the league. She's saying the media is twisting the story, making things sound way worse than they are. It's not just about getting clicks. Jones thinks it's actually hurting the WNBA. You want to know what's really wild? Other players are backing up what Jones is saying. Napheesa Collier, another star in the league, is talking about how all these new fans are making the game more fun, more people, more excitement. Isn't that what we all want? So why is Jones risking her career to defend Clark and her fans? It's simple. She sees something bigger at stake. This isn't just about basketball anymore. It's about being fair, telling the truth, and not letting false narratives ruin the game we love. And you know what? What Jones says next is going to change everything. She's not just talking about Clark or her fans anymore. She's calling for a total reset on how we talk about women's basketball. It's like she's drawing a line in the sand and saying, enough is enough. Are you ready for what comes next? Because trust me, it's gonna be big. All right, let's flip the script for a second. Everyone's been focused on the players and fans, but Jones is saying we're missing the biggest culprit. Who's really stirring up all this drama? The answer might shock you. It's time to talk about the elephant in the room, the media's role in this whole mess. You know how they say there are two sides to every story? Well, Jones is saying the media's not just telling both sides, they're making up a whole new story. She's not holding back, folks. Jones is putting these media outlets on blast, saying they're twisting everything that's happening. Here's the crazy part. Jones is saying it's not just about getting clicks anymore. Nah, she thinks this is actually hurting the WNBA. Can you believe it? The very people who are supposed to be covering the league are the ones causing problems. It's like they're playing both sides, trying to stir up drama instead of just reporting what's happening. But here's where it gets real. Remember those claims Thomas made about racism from Fever fans? Jones is calling BS on the whole thing. She's saying in her 11 years in the league, she's never heard a single racial comment from Indiana fans. Not one. That's huge, right? It's like she's pulling the rug out from under this whole narrative. You want to know what's really wild? Jones isn't just complaining, she's demanding a total reset on how we talk about women's basketball. She's saying the media's obsession with controversy is drowning out the real story, the talent and dedication of these players. It's like they're so busy looking for drama, they're missing the incredible game right in front of them. But here's the million-dollar question. Is anyone gonna listen? Jones is putting her neck on the line here, calling out lazy journalism and saying we need to uplift the league instead of tearing it down. She's not just defending Clark or her fans anymore. She's fighting for the future of the whole WNBA. Imagine if the media actually listened to Jones. What if they started focusing on the game, the players' skills, the rising attendance? That could change everything. But for now, we're left wondering, are we ready to change how we talk about women's basketball? Or are we gonna keep letting controversy overshadow the real story? The ball's in our court now, folks. All right, let's wrap this up. You know what's wild? Jonquel Jones didn't just stand up for Caitlin Clark. She's calling for a total overhaul of how we talk about the WNBA. This isn't just some petty drama anymore. It's a turning point for women's basketball, and we're all part of it. Think about it. The WNBA's growing like crazy. They're adding new teams. Attendance is up 48% since Clark joined. That's insane. But instead of celebrating, we're getting caught up in all this noise. Jones is saying enough is enough. Here's the real question. Are we ready to listen? Are we going to keep buying into the drama, or are we going to focus on the incredible game these women are playing?